Yeah, hi, good afternoon, dear students and our viewers who have joined us today for this exclusive live session. I am greatly humbled by Perm State Medical University to invite us all here in this webinar, in which we will discuss about all the career opportunities after completing Perm State Medical University and what exactly Perm State Medical University does in order to make you ready for those career opportunities not only in India, but across the globe. It's a privilege that today we are joined by Head of International Students Department of Perm State Medical University, Ms. Goryacheva Olga Georgievna. Olga Georgievna, welcome to this live session. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, dear student.
Olga, can you please provide us an overview of the educational facilities and resources at Perm State Medical University that are specially tailored to meet the requirements, the needs of Indian students who want to pursue MBBS in your university?
Of course, the educational model in our university is traditional. Our university is more than 100 years it is working. Our university graduated a lot of famous doctors, good known in all the world. Many of them are working not only in Russian, many of them working in European country, in USA, in Africa, in Canada. There are a lot of interesting persons who graduated our university. We have our own Perm Medical University tradition. One of the most famous person who was the leader of our university and who spent a lot of time, a lot of students teach in our university is a professor, Evgeny Antonovich Wagner, whose name now have our university. He was a great thoracic surgeon. Our university have a traditional program, 6 years of education, MBBS. And it is available for all students from all the world in 2 languages. We have a program in Russian and in English. And according to our experience, Indian students are studying in our university about 7 years. About 7 years. That is why we have experience. We have all necessary clinical bus for education. We have enough amount of teachers high experience who able to have to make a lessons with our English speaking student, and it is important. Our clinical bus are localized in more than 12 different large clinical hospital campuses in our Perm state, Perm region. It is important to say that Perm city is a very large city. It is more than 85 kilometers length during the Kama River, more than 85 kilometers. And a lot of hospitals, of course, they represent. All of them are government. And every government hospital have a clinical bus of medical university. One medical university, but a lot of hospitals, a lot of different interesting patients. And a student together with their teachers able to work in many departments of many hospitals. Also, in our university, present for students to work in libraries. There are present our medical university library, present city libraries for students. All of them are free for student. Student only need to demonstrate his or her student ID. All absolutely free, comfortable rooms they represent for preparation for lessons, for reading a lot of literature in different languages. Especially, we very glad to communicate with the Gorkovskaya library, which stays in the middle of our city. A lot of foreign students like to visit this library for work, for preparing for our lessons. Also, Our students have possibility to work in dissection theaters together with their teachers in pathology-anatomy classes, in propedeutic of internal diseases classes, in classes of internal disease faculty therapy and hospital therapy, according the clinical situation, according the patient, especially rare clinical cases, can be conversated in dissection theater, and it is very important. We try not to lose possibility, demonstrate for students these options. I work in myself as a dean of medical student who studied in English, and as a teacher of internal disease. And of course, as for me, every day I try share by some clinical cases. I'm working more than 20 years with a patient because I graduated our university in 2002. And working cardiologist, therapist, and share with my student by my knowledge every day. Today was the lessons too of hospital therapy. And of course, student, what's necessary for student for successful education? Necessary be in a lesson, necessary listen teacher, necessary complete all task, not be lazy, and then all will be well, all will be successful. And necessary to have interest for studying, interest. Nobody will not study for someone, only he. A lot of situation now when I am working as a dean, every day come to me some student with depth, for example, the depth. Why appear depth? Decrease motivation. Decrease motivation. What necessary in this field, we try to work. We try increase motivation. Then our student demonstrate something new, something interesting, something good, memorable in medicine and in society life. We manage work of student scientific societies. Soon we plan new conference in November, very interesting about myocardial disorders. And we'll invite all students, as Russian, as Indians, all students. Only conference will be in English language. And of course, traditional good university. I myself finished this university. My parents both finished this university in 1974. They were both professors of medicine. And my grandmother worked too. And I think that it is one of the best university in our country exactly. Because traditions which was mentored by Evgeny Antonovich Wagner, they are alive yet, system alive yet, a lot of campuses, a lot of auditories present since which managed since the time of Evgeny Antonovich Wagner. And of course, university is developing a lot, developing. Now we have computers, we have some electron libraries, but the basic, it is more interesting. Basic, it's very old. And what is in medicine, in fundamental knowledge, need be basic, basis, which was built many years ago. And it is working, it is alive, it is all working for educational process. And what important else to say nowadays, our university have modern simulation center. When I was a student, all the time for education of anatomy, for example, we spent near the corpse. But now modern students have possibility to use not only corpse, they have possibility to work in simulation center. There are modern models, where everybody can to see muscles, vessels, nerves, bones, brain structures, heart structures, and it is very important. Of course, it is a doll, and it is all classical, but it is important when you start normal body structure. It is very important, very interesting. The main of success, it is good relationship with the studying process for every student. And his desire to study, his desire, and we, as we able, will try motivate them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to hear that the university, which was founded more than 100 years ago, still carries that tradition with you. Like, but yes, the computers or the modern technology can change, but once the foundation of that building is strong, you can construct if you want, you can construct a temple out of it, a church out of it, or a whole kingdom on the basis of that foundation. And that's what Permstate Medical University is doing by providing excellent simulation center, theoretical knowledge, clinical experience through the hospitals which are affiliated with the university, and dedication of the teachers. And I am really glad I like how your teacher instincts worked, and you say that students need to be motivated. They do not come to the class, there is only lack of motivation. And you are working not only on giving them good education, but also trying to motivate them and helping them emotionally. That feels really great for the students and the parents to hear. But again, when it comes to the parents' point of view, their main concern is sending their children away from home, and who will take care of them. So what measures are in place that you ensure the safety and security of Indian students on your campus and in the city of Perm?
Of course, it is a great stress for every parents to send a child so far. I understand, and I'm a mother too. I have two children, and they're student too both. And of course, I understand. But necessary be sure that very low level of criminals in our region, very low. There was not any one case of something bad, of some bad situation with our student, was not anyone during last 7 years. All well, all calm. And it is one moment. Second moment, that the system built so that students of young years, fourth, second, mostly third, they all live together in a hostels. A student of next years can rent a flat and can continue live in a hostel as they want, because they adapted, they have adaptation for living in a permit. They know all laws, they know transport card, they know where possible buy food, how prepare. But for young guys, necessary live only in a hostel because it is more safe, and there present a cooker who prepare food, and it is well as a basic option, the primary. Young guys sometimes come at 17 years old, at 18 years old, 19 years old, and of course they need in care. In hostel present all necessary infrastructure for safe life. It is all closed for other person. Nobody from the street cannot go there, present security, present video cameras. And all our students usually use city transport when they shift to the lessons. We have buses, trains. Sometimes students use cabs when groups of students go to the lessons. And all our hospital not allowed to go without student ID to sight persons. Nobody not allow for person from the street go to the hospital, to the door where are going doctors and medical student without documents. That means in hospital, our student safe. Then important to say that usually teachers, staff of dean office, staff of rectorate, we all adult person, we try instruct our young student about rules of safety, how necessary go to the hospital, what kind of transport possible use, what kind of weather will be, what necessary wear in this day. But I myself, when I saw that in winter somebody came without a cap, for example, without gloves, what it is a tragedy, да? What one day come, next day not come. No, what's such situation be necessary instruct that look prognosis of the weather. We have very good climate here in summer, not more than 30 usually, no, but comfortable, not so hot as in India. But in winter, very interesting, a lot of snow, but it is not cold. Some days maybe cold, of course, maybe, but not a lot of time. We have very beautiful winters, but necessary wear a warm jacket, caps, gloves, warm boots, and parents need to think about it. Of course, present different marketplace online, maybe order there, but necessary think about warm boots for child, gloves, scarf, cap, and warm jacket. It is a basic. Without it, not come. Without it, not possible. Else, about safety, every student have a medical policy. If something happened, available do all kind of medical support, available do operation in urgency, available send patient student to the hospital department for treatment if it is necessary in this situation. Of course, it is all discussed with parents in every situation. Only we have all clinical bus for urgency in our city. And it means that all students safe. If something happened, available call to ambulance car team. It is free, absolutely free in Russia. Ambulance car comes soon, quite fast. And patient achieved to the admission department of a hospital where take decision, taking analysis, X-ray, ECG, and fibrogastroscopy, gynecologist, surgeon, observed traumatologist, all who necessary for this case, and then taking decision what to do. Now, what in my experience was such kind of cases, all people, maybe appendicitis, all acute situation, all have managed in hospital. No, all staff and doctors, our medical student, as patient. No, all well. We try to help translate some necessary information if doctors ask. That means it is absolutely not a trouble, because in most of the large hospitals present classes for foreign students, and they know us, they know students, and it is usual. It is usual for paramedical society now that young Indians and students from some other countries, from Africa, they are usually member of our medical society. No, it's important to say that nowadays appear doctors, foreign doctors in our hospital. We have doctors from Morocco, from other Africa countries in large hospitals, surgeons, gynecologists. Why not? In outpatient departments, polyclinics, a lot of young doctors. Necessary to understand that all our students who got diplomas of Perm State Medical University have a right to work in Perm as a doctor. For this necessary get only accreditation, get diploma of specialist which he wants to be. It is additional education, of course, necessary there, but this diploma give a chance to get a job. And it is important in all Russia, and this diploma legible for work in European countries after passing some federal European graduation exams. That is important.
Okay, so you take care of not only their physical safety, but safety from winter, safety from weather, safety from any medical emergency. And that is great to hear that parents can be ensured that the students, if they're going, they'll be taken care of.
No,
and
all my life is continued during the student. In the work, I have student. At home, I have two. All my life, 24 hours. That is why, as at home, there are my two children, they both students. As here, All the same.
Yes, yes, yes. So I think the students must be happy to hear that the officials sees the we have the head of the international students department, and she does not make any difference between her children and you, and to her
Absolutely.
every
I
child is
understand
same. And
children very well there.
yeah, so that's good to hear. That's good to hear. So see, students will be coming there for 6 years, and it's very important that the place where they are staying for this longer duration of time, or we can say these golden years of their life, the youngsters or the youth period that they are facing. So how does Perm State Medical University provide suitable and comfortable accommodation or the hostels during the study of the students?
No, system of hostels long time present in our Perm State Medical University. It is available for all students who came from another regions and in other countries. Present a lot of hostels for Russian students, for foreign students, many bills present system. And it is all working, all clear, all simple, but all necessary for life present. All necessary present. If some student need in some extra condition and some extra living condition, then he can rent a flat. Different prices present, but if compare with Moscow, with St. Petersburg, with Samara, maybe with Orenburg, we have more cheaper prices for rent of the flats. And usually our guys rent flat in the middle of the city that will be comfortable to go for studying to different clinics, a lot of transport from middle to the whole district of the city present. But of course, important to say also, especially for young students, present separate hostels for boys and for girls. That will be no any discomfort. It is present since maybe about 4 or 5 years that this system is working and successful working. If this girl not want to go anywhere, fear she fear to live in flat, she can live in this hostel till the 6th year, not a trouble. What this situation present, and food cooking in a hostel special for Indians, special food, special dishes which Indians like. But, some of these dishes I not know the name, of course, but Indians eat this and like. No, it's
Yes.
a special diet in Indian students. Yes, special diet. We have some another here vegetables, some another fruit here, some another culture, but all available managed for Indian students. The main that we have experience, that we not only starting this work. Experience 7 years, it is a lot. And according to the results of FMGE, for example, that FMGE, our guys passed FMGE quite successful, because as for example, for guys who visited Student Scientific Society, for example, there are more than 60% of guys passed FMGE from the first attempt, more than 60. But who never visited Student Scientific Society, did not interested in studying so much as it needed. There are maybe some troubles, but the main is be involved in a process of studying, not lazy, visit all activities which give possibility to university, and Indian doctors, it's important to say, Indian doctors, our university have a conversation with Arise Academy. Arise Academy, there are a lot of high experienced professors. They come regularly to our university with lectures cycles. Usually it is 10, 12 days they spend and read the lectures for our students, mostly 5th and 6th year who need soon pass exam. What it is absolutely free for our student and include in education. Else, else, our doctors, our teachers, everybody now have a book of FMGE task. And we try ask our student about these questions because we very sad when good our guys fail in FMG. Of course, here present element of luck. It is 100% that element of luck present, especially if my good student got 147 bars. What 147, very good student. And of course, I was very sad. Only three units. He will pass again and all will be well. I sure. But what this moment, of course, element of luck present. But why not use this element of luck in lessons? Trust, but control yourself.
Okay, so like you give comfortable hostels and students can live for the complete duration of their course in the hostels. But if they like, if they want, they can go outside and rent the flats
yes, it is
also.
allowed. Yes,
And you provide Indian food, Indian mess in the hostels where Indian food is being given to the students. So that is a very good thing. And yes, it was my next question about the FMG exam, which is a very, what you say, very pinpointing for the students that many of them, they do not clear. In India, the average ratio is 15% result, but your university students are showing very good results. So yes, that is as a result of the teachers who are coming from India to State Medical University and giving lectures to the students. And I think it's a very commendable job. It is a very good thing that you are doing. But still, see, the students who do not, like many Indians have never been to Russia. So we hear in the news only that Russia is very cold. There are bears on the streets, just like you must have heard about the cows and elephants on our streets. And I think what kind of atmosphere is there in Perm for international students? And how do you like make this atmosphere a welcoming atmosphere for international students, and in this case, the Indian students?
It is absolutely true that atmosphere in Perm is very friendly because it is normal event that Indians are going on the street, usually little groups. All our citizens very friendly, very polite, help to each other if necessary, some help, absolutely normal. Some my students said, you have so little amount of people in the street if compared with Mumbai. Where are people? Look, of course, in Russian cities, but in our city, it is more than 85 kilometers length, but only 1 million of people live. Only 1 million. We have a lot of free space. That means every student feels this freedom. Beautiful nature, beautiful river, fresh air, good water we have. Possible drink it, boiling kettle and drink. And totally industrial center, but we have very large square of the Perm region and Perm city. That is why it is not a trouble. And of course, people, if Indian student meet with some Russian people, all very friendly. And I think that our citizens, mostly intelligent persons, educated persons, it is not a reason for some stress for parents. Criminals level low. We have a lot of here present according to history. Perm region never was the never have so many people as in Moscow, for example, as in St. Petersburg, and not a lot. Here, a lot of forests. A lot of forest is a lot of plants, a lot of beautiful view, beautiful places. Especially in summertime, I have visited with my student a lot of interesting places in Perm region. They done photo, video in YouTube, very interesting. And we will continue this activity because students need in some new, to see some beautiful places, it is necessary and to be with enjoy share by our beautiful places in Perm region. Definitely come and we can go with your team to visit something new, interesting, because it is really interesting. And what about safety in the flats? Of course, control difficult because all adult people difficult, but all staff, personnel of the office, all staff who working in the office, with me, for example, we are 24 hours in a phone. So if something happened, it's necessary inform me or my helpers of deal, because it is necessary. If something happened, somebody adults go to hospital or call in a call, translate or help for student take a medical care. It is it's process working well. This process working well, not a trouble. Absolutely, the main it is at time inform about the trouble. All student was instructed about necessity call to ambulance car. If it is they represent some symptoms, discomfort, necessary call, it is absolutely free. Also, we have special for student clinic, outpatient department for clinic for in Boulevard Gagarina. There are only students from our university have a medical help. There are present doctors, such specialty as therapeutist, ENT, ophthalmologist, surgeon, urologist, endocrinologist, and some another, neurologist. That is why, according to the schedule of doctors, every student with his student ID able come to this clinic and take a medical consultation. And it is include in this medical policy, in his medical policy, not necessary pay anything extra. Of course, sometimes present situation that necessary pay for extra analysis, some investigations, but it is not often. It is not often. If some of the student, for parents now I'm saying, has some chronic diseases, for example, diabetes mellitus or bronchial asthma, or some chronic kidney disease, spondylonephritis or some another, necessary exam him before then sent to the Russia. All analysis need to be fresh, all medical documents copy need to be with him, because with these documents, he will go to the therapist of our student polyclinic. And doctor of our polyclinic will lead his disease during his studying time. It is very important. Necessary at time come to the doctor. Nowadays, new law in Russia that buy some medications in pharmacy not available without receptors. That means what all students go to therapeutists, they prescribe all necessary receptors, and in pharmacy possible buy these medications. What prepare for this? Not necessary not necessary do a secret from the chronic disease of your child. It is not correct. We are doctors. We need to accept all what we have. We're ready for all kinds of this situation. Only, of course, we need a time to know what present. It is a normal situation in society that every patient with chronic disease need to be observed, but the main here is regularly, then all will be well. This is the element of safety, our student polyclinic. It is very good.
That's good to hear. That's good to, and like, okay, we have talked about education, we have talked about their hostels and everything, but these are small, but not small, but young children at the age of 17, 16, 18 years, and many of them have never been out of their homes. So sometimes when they go to a different place, to a different country, they feel homesick. They remember their parents, they remember their friends, so they feel sad. So like, what kind of opportunities do they have, or what facilities do you provide for sports or other recreational opportunities that are available in Perm State Medical University?
No, of course, we are trying that nobody will not be sad. We are trying. Primary, a lot of lesson, a lot of task, a lot of activity necessary perform. Present different trips for students in Perm region. We have now association of foreign students from all universities who are studying in Perm. We have also Polytechnic University, Classical University, Cultural University, and in everyone studying foreign student. And this association gave a lot of possibility to our university, different trips. Also, we have student scientific societies in many departments in our universities. They are successful working. What totally student not have a time to be sad, not have a time to be sad. If student sad, mean he lazy somewhere. If sad, I can send textbook and ask, what did you read? Where are you stop? Please tell me, what did you read? What it is absolutely not present time to be sad. But student, what important also to say? But maybe it is well from one moment, maybe not very good. Our student living and go everywhere by team. Maybe 5, 10, maybe one groups. What in one group 12, 13 persons, not more. What they localize all with one team and go everywhere only with this. They not like conversation maybe with another student. They not like conversation with Russian young persons. What this clothing? They're quite close character. I know it. But if group well, then absolutely not a trouble. Also, what my assistants help me, of course, present interesting sport competition for our students. Sport competition. What last year was a very large Russian marine sport festival in cricket. Came students from another cities. Indian students who studied in Orenburg, in Tver, from different cities of Russia. Some cities of Russia more than 2,000 kilometers from Perm, but they came and was very large competitions in cricket and all like also present activity. Important to say that what only yesterday I analyzed just yesterday that how long time our students have lessons of physical training. All 6 years, some physical activities present. We have a volleyball, basketball, football, what all these present usually Russian student and Indian student, they play with each other. And it is very interesting competitions and traditional and important to say that when I was a student, was foreign students too in our universities. Mostly they studied only in Russian language and mostly they was from Africa and some Arabian countries, but from India, student appear only approx 7 years, but they're very good guys. I understand all of them, love them, because maybe last life I was Indian too, maybe, but really, I understand them very well. They not need to be sad, but one moment, if person lazy, necessary parents control, then not sent. If lazy, not sent. Every parents know character of child. If not sure that he will walk, then why do the stress? Only if he want, if he studied well in school, if he motivated, then necessary sent. But we have a very great scientist in history, Mikhail Vasilievich Lomonosov. He lived in a village, but he went to St. Petersburg and then communicating in a research field so much that Imperatrice Ekaterina II built university and he was erected. What higher level of motivation, asked Mikhail Lomonosov. But the distance from India to Perm, some more. than distance from Archangelsk to St. Petersburg. Yes, which is motivation need be more higher, which is very important, high motivation person. And everybody need to know, if some trouble present, it is not a trouble. Necessary do what you need to do. And then all will be well. If you face it with a trouble, necessary, the main be positive always. And not stop to work. That is the main. If stop, if depressed, then will be trouble really. If not depressed, if not stop work, then you will achieve what you want. What it is my rules, not stop, go through the wall. And it is necessary, especially for guys who come from another country. So long time. The main, everybody needs promise to parents that he will not allow himself to be lazy, that he will not allow himself to ignore teacher's request, dean request, to ignore task, that he will every day study. Medicine is one of the more difficult fields. Just Lomonosov said it, and many other great scientists said that studying in medical university sometimes more difficult than in some technical chemistry specialties and more long. That means that only who motivated a lot, who really want to be a doctor, need come to us. And I'm sure that in large country, India, there are a lot of good our future students, a lot of clever boys and girls. Let they come, but who not enough well motivated, not necessary, not well if father motivated or mother motivated, but child not. It is not good. But try listen your child. If he won't, as Lomonosov, what reach please what all parents, who was Lomonosov Mikhail Vasilyevich, how he built his career. And it is very important, what necessary be as him, but go through the wall. And it is the main. Then all will be successful. We're not looking for easy ways.
Yeah, but they say that all day work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So I think some sports activities are also required for the physical well-being. And yes, you are providing all those things that are required for the students. And I hope that they stay healthy and fine during the course of their education there. So see, one of the main, what you say, requirements by the Indian authorities is that your complete course of MBBS should be in English medium. So does Perm State Medical University provide English medium course that is complete 6 years? And number two, I have a follow-up question on that, that it is not a secret that even if the course is in English medium, students will learn Russian language because they have to communicate with the patients. So how do they learn this Russian language, and do they face any problems while learning this language?
Well, for studying Russian language in our university, present special department, Russian language department. There are specialists present, teachers who finish at university in specialty, teach Russian language for foreign students. It is special education. We have lessons of Russian language since the first year till the fifth. And of course, it is regularly continue. Another question, how attentively listen our students these lessons? But also, this year possible, we will do the special courses of Russian language for students who want to know it absolutely well. Some students plan to live in Russia. Some students want absolutely free, absolutely clear, understand the patient and people who live in, for example, in their nearest houses or somewhere else, with Russian persons. It is available all options present. Only necessary wish. If you wish, if you have the goal to study, Many of our students in 6th year speak Russian very fluently. Not all. The main trouble that they all live together, Indians, and not need to speak with another persons. Not need, but if they want, they can, because 6 years enough for studying a language, enough. Also present such kind of options as everybody can visit theaters, not very expensive tickets in our theaters, cinemas, different festivals. Also, our university provides special Indian festivals, such as regularly Diwali, Holi, which is regular, and some another, and all very all traditional doing in a special dress of, according to the festival's needs, with a special food, very interesting. Just some little relax for our student. But the main, what parents need to know, normal university, with traditions. Who wants to study, he will. But the main is discipline and absent of any laziness. What it is the main. If want, then able to be a good doctors. A lot of my graduated students got from GE and now studying in ordinature after graduation, education in India. And I very await when they will inform me that they start their career. It will be some very pleasure moment for me, of course, as for teachers. Dear guys, if you look at me, please inform me at time when you become to be real doctors and start your career in India. I will wait your answers. You know my phone, my WhatsApp, please inform me. And of course, important to say that the same amount of foreign students studying as Russian, equal. And the same attention of teachers as for Russian, as for foreign students. We don't do any different. Absolutely all in the same conditions of studying. Absolutely all in the same auditories, the same clinics, and it is important. We not do any difference.
That's great. There should not be any difference, and I'm really happy to hear like these Indian festival names you remember. That means it is a tradition of your university to celebrate these festivals like Diwali and Holi. So yeah, that's really
I like
good.
these festivals, very good festivals, very kind festivals.
Yeah. And like you just told me that your students have cleared FMG and some of them have already joined Ordinatura, which is the post-graduation course.
Yes.
Can you, like, if you have any success stories or the achievements of Indian students who have graduated from your university and are now doing good, not only in India, but internationally also. So you have any names or any students who are doing?
I will share with you. I very proud of my guys. For example, with Neeraj Maheshwari, he was the chief of our Student Scientific Society since the 3rd year. Was worked a lot, hard worker. Now he is in Mumbai, in Ordinatura, in Mumbai. As another student, Goswami Yogesh Kumar. Oh, he was very hard worker, a lot. But was no anyone listen when Yogesh came without homework. What I not remember question which I asked him and he not know answer. What he is hard worker. Yogesh worked so much that I was sure that he will pass exam exactly. What else? Very good girl, Lekha Kubalkar. Lekha Kubalkar. Now he is after graduation education getting in India. As far as I remember, he was want to be a gynecologist. I don't know what with her now, but I sure that all will. She step by step go to her goal. There are different system present of after graduation education in India than in Russia. In Russia, what if someone wants to be, for example, gynecologist, he go to ordinatura in gynecology because he want, he can pay or take a place free according to the competition. But in India, another system. What that is why what this some different. And of course, they Ritika, Elsa was my student, Richa Astana, Elsa Leonard Varkize, Elsa Smith. No, what I have what all these guys passed from the first attempt, and they quite it is very important. But they represent some guys who did not pass, but I know that they will pass with good knowledge, with hard working lifestyle. It is luck moment. I said you about 147 balls in sheet. Of course, it is terrible, it is stress, but please not worry. All will be well. But remember that go through the whole. Start walk every day and all will be well. Destiny decides a lot of questions for us too, not only we. But if such situation happened, not be depressive. Accumulate all your powers and you will pass. Exactly. And also, of course, a lot of moments, which what today I spoke with my student, 6 years in a lesson, about preparation for FMGE. What it is a paradox. Many lectures, our students after graduation, listen, sometimes they sleep 2-3 hours only in night. But is it possible accept so many lectures in one day? No, it is not effective, only decrease the health condition. What that means? Necessary change principle of preparation for FMGE. More studying yourself with a textbook, with guidelines, do conspect little, and for every case, little conspect. Lecture, it is only additional material, but read books necessary, so more fresh guidelines and books, then will be success. It is my opinion as a teacher, because absolutely not possible listen from early morning to late evening some persons, which is not physiological. It is not possible accept. Maybe in this main mistake for not enough high level of FMGE passing. What necessary calculate all, analyze all this information and help for students. I try to teach my guys for as a method of studying that analyze literature more, analyze guidelines more, and do more important conspect of every topic. Then you will have all in your head, in your memory. Without this work, only listen somebody, it is not effective. What systems is necessary for you as an Indian medical worker, manager, to think how help to our students, our guys, because we all teachers of Perm State Medical University are worrying about them, stress about them, and want that they, especially guys who was regularly visit lessons and studied well, that all will be well in their life. We wish a lot of success and happiness for everybody. We are positive and give you our positive mood.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. It was really enlightening, and I also got to know many things that the university is doing and how the Indian students, when they come to Russia, like there are many doubts or many questions in their minds. So now they know that Perm State Medical University is the place where they can go, and they will be taken care of, not only about education, but for their physical health, for their mental well-being, for their FMG exam, and for their future bright future ahead, which and you take control of these students, not only till the education, now also you are in contact with your students who have cleared, who have not cleared, who have joined post graduation courses, and this is very good, or you can say a very this boosts the confidence of the students who want to come to Perm State Medical University. So in the last, I would like to inform all the students that Perm State Medical University, if you want to take admission in Perm State Medical University, you can contact the admission officers of Perm State Medical University, the exclusive admission partners, Rus Education. I would like to ask Ms. Olga also your message to the students, how they can get admission in Perm State Medical University and what should they do.
Admission of Perm Medical University for foreign student is continuing now, And when deadline for admission 15th of October, till the 15th of October, the deadline time for documents and admission. And after that, all medical students who won't come to our university, they need to be here yet, because invitation before necessary get all visa documents complete and all necessary documents about health come to Perm. Here will be exam a little about knowledge in knowledge of biology and chemistry. What 2 exams they will pass in English language, and after that they will admit to university. And in 19th of September, what soon you asked about festivals, we will have another festival of Ganeshi festival. And it is our volunteers are preparing for this festival for our young Indian students. It is important that they will enjoy all the young years of the student life, of the festivals, and let they study in Russian language, because everybody become to be more rich if he know another culture, another language, another people, which is very important. Develop yourself, which is very important, especially more is it doing in the age of our student. It is important. And they will not ignore possibility to study Russian language, one of the greatest cultures in the world.
Yeah, it's good to hear again that 18th of September, you told me that you have 19th of September, you are celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi, and Ganesha is considered to be the god of good beginnings. So I wish that Ganesha brings to your university a good beginning of academic year 2023-24, and to all the students who are trying to get admission in MBBS in Perm State Medical University, I wish you that Lord Ganesha helps you in a great beginning of your medical career in the topmost university, which has a glorious past of more than 100 years and has kept the traditions alive, along with the medical, the new scientific technologies that have developed in the world. So congratulations to Perm State Medical University for providing such atmosphere to the students that they feel that they are home, and they get so conducive environment for their education and studying at Perm State Medical University. And if you want to take admission, please contact our admission partners, Rus Education, on their website, www.ruseducation.in, or you can call on their student helpline number, which is 1-800-833-3338. Thank you so much, Ms. Olga, for joining us and for your precious time. And I thank all my viewers who have joined us today in this live session. Please share this video with your friends. Please share this video with your colleagues, those who want to take admission in MBBS and looking for the great medical universities or the best medical university of Russia. Thank you so much. Do svidaniya.
All the best for you. All the best.
All the best, dear students. Jai Hind.
Мгм. Necessary to jealousy. Jealousy necessary, да. Some